Today we're diving into the cinematic classic that left an indelible mark on America's cinema, Boyz in the Hood. Directed by the one and only John Singleton, this powerful film takes us to the streets of South Central LA, exploring themes of friendship, family, and the harsh realities of the urban life. In this video, we'll dissect the layers of Singleton's masterpiece, exploring the poignant narratives, powerful characters, and the societal reflections embedded in every frame. Prepare to delve into the intricate layers that make Boyz in the Hood into a timeless classic.
Ricky! Y'all want to see a dead body?
Yeah, the best way you can destroy a people, you take away their ability to reproduce themselves.
Yeah. Interact with the other children, perhaps.
Either they don't know, don't show, or don't care about what's going on in the hood.
The opening shots of this movie gives us quotes that read, 1 out of every 21 black males will be murdered in their lifetime. Most will die at the hands of another black male, while the ambient sounds of the streets of LA play out a typical scenario of those words. Then the very first shot is a stop sign. This is John Singleton's directorial debut at the young age of 24, and you can see right away he intends this movie to be a cautionary tale of the hood. And if you think about it, he tells us exactly what the movie is about and what the message is in the first 10 seconds of the movie. His brilliance is already on display. Now we get to journey into a singular story from these very streets and see exactly how that quote could even become a common occurrence. I'm going to apologize in advance. We are really going to get into every detail and subtle nuances displayed in this movie because it's truly remarkable. The opening scene of these kids walking the streets is in 1984, builds the world that they live in beautifully, and it's not cheesy or the typical exposition. Trash on the curb, stray dogs everywhere, those are visual hints to a different way of living. To you and I, that might be mad regular, but you wouldn't see that in the suburbs of the same Los Angeles street.
What up, Trey? You did homework?
What homework? Not for real. Yeah, I did it.
Can I copy it?
Hell no.
Did y'all hear the shooting last night?
Yeah, I heard it. I got on my bed.
Man, you a scaredy cat.
Then the conversation they are having about the shooting last night, which I'd like to assume is what we heard at the beginning in the background.
12 Adam 63. Officer needs assistance. Possible 187 at corner of Crenshaw and Century.
They shot my brother. They shot my brother.
It's so normalized to them. We're talking about elementary school kids, and they're talking about someone getting shot in the same conversation as homework. Like, this is just normal. That's not normal. But again, this is John Singleton showing us the environment in which these kids grew up in and how violence only begets more violence.
My mama say, a bullet don't have no name on it. I ain't afraid to get shot. Both my brothers been shot and they still alive.
Already, he's not afraid of being shot because his brothers were. This mentality has existed in our community for what seems like forever, and that's a conversation for another day, but it really is troubling to think about today as a full-grown, thinking, logical adult. This is intentionally the hood version of Stand By Me. In Stand By Me, 4 white kids hear about a dead body and travel miles to see this body that probably was accidentally hit by a train. In Boyz in the Hood, 4 kids hear a shooting, not hear about. They hear it with their own ears. Then they walk around a corner, not miles, to the scene of the crime, where someone was purposely killed and it wasn't an accident. The parallels in that is absolutely masterful. You can see the bullet holes in the presidential campaign posters, 4 more years for Reagan and Bush, which symbolically means 4 more years of these shootings and the hood being ignored and targeted. Boy, he is smoking this movie and we're not even 10 minutes in. Bullet holes, blood everywhere. Look at the picture these kids depict in their class. Just thinking about the messaging and the state of our society, which in many places are still the same, is disheartening to say the least.
Did you know that Africa is the place where the body of the first man was found? My daddy says that makes it the place where all people originated from. That means everybody's really from Africa. Everybody.
History lessons are even valid in this movie, and it's crazy because here we are in 2024 and they're trying to actively erase the exact type of history.
I'm from Africa, you from Africa, you African booty scratcher.
This diss was so common, and it always worked as a kid. We really used to look at Africans as less than or something, and I contribute that in large part to that dumb late night commercial that they purposely made to make us think that all Africans were poor and disenfranchised, and it was a place that we shouldn't be associated with. The programming and messaging in America is crazy when you really think about it, but as a kid, we didn't know any better.
Punk, I kick your ass. Yo, punk ass brother,
Trey.
bitch. I get my daddy.
Trey.
At least I got one, motherfucker. And
Two things here. First response was threatened with violence. Second response, at least I have a daddy. One of the most commonly used insults in the black community. And why? Because so many of our fathers left, were dead, or in jail, which is a direct result of a lot of systemic racism. But nonetheless, these are things that he sprinkled in to tie into a great theme of this movie.
Highly intelligent. He has enormous vocabulary. It's just that...
Yes, go on.
It's just that he has a very bad temper. It makes it extremely difficult for him to interact with the other children. Now, perhaps I could recommend therapy or a child psychologist.
This white lady who is unaware of his social circumstances is making statements about his attitude and temper, while we are yet again shown the environment in which he is raised in. He can't even walk home without seeing a fight break out. So of course his natural instincts is to fight. It's all he knows.
Is there some problem in the home? Are you employed?
The problem isn't his home, it's the community. And this conversation is full of covert racism. I love the fact that he has a smart father and a smart mother. It shows that these circumstances and tropes can grab a hold of anyone.
Well, it's like you told me. I can't teach him how to be a man.
Thank you, Reba.
Even their relationship and interactions aren't toxic. That's really the ideal scenario after a breakup. You can hear his friends playing football in the background. Even at this age, Ricky has on a USC shirt. That was his dream.
I want you to rake up these leaves off the lawn.
First thing his father does is teach him some discipline and sense of responsibility, because he believes those are the core values of a man.
You know, Trey, you may think I'm being hard on you right now, but I'm not. What I'm doing is I'm trying to teach you how to be responsible. It's like your little friends across the street, they don't have anybody to show them how to do that. They don't. You're gonna see how they end up, too.
This is purely the writers giving us the plot and foreshadowing things to come. The moment you realize you live in a type of place where someone would break into an occupied house in the middle of the night, Furious was prepared, but imagine the psychological effect this event can start to have on a young child.
I swear I aimed right for his head.
should have blew it off.
Don't say that. Just would have been contributing to killing another brother.
Even in defending his own home, he doesn't want Trey to develop the mentality that killing someone is all right under any circumstance, especially a black man.
And where are these fools?
Hi, we got a call of a burglary here.
Yeah, that was about an hour ago.
Whoa, we didn't ask you that.
Of course, in a black neighborhood, it takes the police over an hour to show up with no sense of urgency whatsoever.
You know, it's too bad you didn't get him. Be one less nigga out here in the streets we have to worry about.
Going in the house, Trey.
Something wrong?
Something wrong? Yeah. It's just too bad you don't know what it is.
Definitely not the message you want to instill in your kid. But again, the heavy messaging early in this movie is dominant and meaningful.
You ain't shit. You just like your daddy. You don't do shit, and you never gonna amount to shit.
I've seen these type of black mothers in the hood. It's no need to get into why they would treat their kids like this. It's probably a bunch of deep-rooted trauma and abuse issues, I'm sure, but it's important to recognize that these parental dynamics do exist and they create the children running the streets. John Singleton's depiction of the hood is so spot on here. Another Stand By Me reference. Look at the obvious comparison. Red shirt, striped shirt, green shirt, blue shirt, walking on the train track. Again, this is just the hood version of events. When the kids did this in Stand By Me, it wasn't a common occurrence, and it didn't have the same tone as it does in this scene.
Really? I got a deuce. My brother gave it to me before he went into county jail.
This is how kids get guns, and they just think it's normal, and whatever happens, happens. There are so many of these little conversations throughout the movie that just show the tragedy of the hood.
Hell no. Hey, give me my brother's ball back.
Stupid motherfucker.
Doughboy stands up as the protector of his brother, even at an early age. Against any adversary, he stands up for his brother no matter what.
Anyway, I wanted to be somebody you could look up to. So, I guess that's why I went to Vietnam.
Moments like these you'll never forget as a kid. Learning lessons and spending quality time with your father, he really is doing everything he can to instill morals and values into his kid. At this moment, you realize they took two different paths. Trey went fishing with his dad, learned about right from wrong, and Doughboy went and stole with his friends.
I'm going to the store.
What you gonna get? You ain't got no money.
I'm going anyway.
7 years later, let's take a look at where everyone is in life now. Ricky still got a football practice jersey on, so clearly he's still playing. He also has a baby. Doughboy's been in and out of jail since the day he stole something, trapped in a cycle that he probably can't get out of. Chris, the young guy who got the gun from his brother, is now in a wheelchair. He's obviously been shot and paralyzed from the waist down. I wonder how that happened. Trey has a job, seems to be out of trouble, and considered on the right path, and dating Brandy, the young girl from across the street from Ricky and Doughboy. What a difference his upbringing made.
I don't be fucking. And they got AIDS and shit. Stupid motherfucker, don't you know you can catch that shit from letting them suck on your dick too? Thank you.
You got some blow? You got some rock? I'll suck your dick.
Just keep the baby out the streets.
What a punk. What a fool. In the early 90s, they had AIDS to be concerned with, crackheads, and drive-bys. This guy sticks the shotgun out of the window on Trey, and this is obviously not the last time we'll see that. Now we just get a time-lapse of everyone's normal day-to-day. Doughboy and his guys on the porch chilling, Trey and his girl having the age-old conversation teenagers have about sex, Ricky playing football. His mom has done exactly what she said she would, upgraded without him around. Notice Ricky is wearing USC colors.
Just remember, all you have to do is get over a 700.
The recruiter told Ricky all he needed was a 700 to get in school. Keep that in mind.
Now what we need to do is we need to keep everything in our neighborhood, everything, black. Black owned with black money. Just like the Jews, the Italians, the Mexicans, and the Koreans do.
Crack rock and shit.
Well, how you think the crack rock gets into the country? We don't own any planes. We don't own no ships. But we are not the people who are flying and floating that shit in here.
Fantastic message. But I have no clue why they all started gathering around to listen. It does show you the power of Furious' message, and the way he carries himself demands respect, though.
Why every time you talk about a female, you gotta say bitch, or hoe, or hoochie?
Cause that's what you are.
Nigga, fuck you.
Doughboy mentality would be looked at as toxic in 2024. But in those days, it was just a regular dude.
Hey man, what's wrong with you? Fuck you looking at, nigga? I'm still trying to find out, nigga.
Man, the crazy thing about how this all got started is they was really just chilling, having a normal, peaceful night. Then, to quote my young dog, Huey,
"Watch where you walking, nigga." Hey, what you say, nigga?
Watch closely. You're about to experience a nigga moment. Webster defines the nigga moment as a moment when ignorance overwhelms the mind of an otherwise logical Negro male.
What did you say, bitch, nigga? Hey, squeeze it, nigga.
Causing him to act in an illogical, self-destructive manner, i.e., like a nigga.
We got a problem here? We got a problem, nigga?
Doughboy, as usual, standing up for his younger brother, backs them down real quick when he pulls out a gun. Notice the brother with the shotgun is the first person to say, "Put the gun away."
Gun away, nigga.
Can we have one night where there ain't no fight, nobody gets shot?
They begging for peace when they purposely started the altercation.
Shut up, bitch.
Doughboy's mouth escalates the situation. Trey is the only person on this side that's scared or has any trepidation about Doughboy pulling his pistol. Went straight to the trunk and cleared the spot out by shooting in the air.
You're scared now, huh? I like that. That's why I took this job. I hate little motherfuckers like you. Little niggas, you ain't shit.
This is the same police officer from when he was a kid. We can see the problem with this mentality back then, and look at how he treats black kids in the streets now. Self-hatred is real, and this scene is disgusting. The memes really tried to ruin this scene, but it is a sad, touching moment. The things a black man has to go through just to exist in his neighborhood is disheartening.
What? Nigga, don't fuck me, fuck your wife. That's why you got a baby now.
Hey, man, you better get on my face, all right? What's up with Brandon?
Hey, you a punk, man. Hey, yo.
This fight was about nothing at all. Maybe in this moment, Doughboy jealousy got the best of him. His test scores came in right before he was leaving.
Man, let's split up. No, man, I don't think we should do that. I mean, if we gotta throw some heads, I think it'd be better if we're together. Oh, man, them fools ain't gonna want to do nothing, man. They're just showing out and shit.
Just like earlier in the movies, Trey takes a different path from his friend, and in that moment, it saves his life again. It really goes to show you how the choices we make can save or end our lives. Boy, this is a hard scene to watch in every way possible. When you pause and analyze every single detail of this movie and you stop to really think and digest the storyline, emotionally, you are drawn in. And I've never seen this movie and thought it was extremely sad. I've always been desensitized to the violence. I saw it very much like the young kids at the beginning of the movie. This happens every day. It is what it is. But as an adult black man in America with experiences and with an external worldview outside of the hood, also my own black son, this scene is absolutely heartbreaking. Whew. The trauma, the pain, the reality we face daily is something we've normalized and accepted because we have to in order to make something out of ourselves. So we could one day become a director, perhaps, who can depict it accurately and reveal the tragedies of the world black people live in and hopefully open the eyes to America.
Let me out.
Again, as a teen, I thought Trey was soft for wanting to get out because that's how we're conditioned to think growing up. But as an adult, he made the right decision. In fact, he should have never been in the car in the first place. 7-10. He did it. He barely got enough points, but Ricky was definitely headed to USC to live out his dream. Doughboy drove around for 3 hours full of rage, knowing exactly what he would do if he ever caught them.
Either they don't know, don't show, or don't care about what's going on in the hood.
Deep. Wow, what a powerful movie and message. I really think I've said just about everything I could about this movie throughout the breakdown. It's a brilliant piece of work from John Singleton, definitely deserving all the credit, the hype, the allure, and the status it holds in the black community. Beautifully done movie.